All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now we're going to talk about Amanda Nunes because Amanda Nunes is leaving American Top Team. Now that is an incredibly notable story for a number of reasons. And we're going to talk about all of them. Now, I imagine when I get into titling this video, I'll probably title it something along the lines of the real reason that Amanda Nunes is leaving American Top Team. And on top of answering that question, I think I'm also going to be able to shed some light on what happened with Juliana Pena and the likelihood that she beats Juliana Pena in this next fight. Okay. Now, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Tell all of your friends. If you need a reason to subscribe, I still have the virus. And yet I'm here making videos for you guys because I love you guys like that. But seriously, thank you for the continued support. And I apologize for the hiatus. I was very, very sick. Anyway, so thinking through this thing and the timing of this news, right? There's a couple things that probably you could take for granted, right? She didn't just come up with this idea 5 minutes ago, right? Like she didn't just go, oh, you know what? I'm leaving American Top Team because I'm going to start my own gym. Because that's what she said, by the way. She's starting her own gym with her thing, with her person, with her wife. And that could mean a lot of different things as it relates to her relationship with American Top Team. I haven't seen anything that says whether this is some kind of like subsidiary of American Top Team or some kind of, franchise or whatever, or if it's really like her own thing, totally independent of American Top Team. I would imagine if it was going to be related to American Top Team, they would have announced that, right? I could say pretty confidently, actually, that they would have said this is a franchise of American Top Team if that's what she was doing. So it seems like she's doing her own thing, right? Now, this is extremely notable as it relates to her mindset going forward in her career, because what is a person thinking about when they start their gym, right? Like they start their gym. What are they thinking about? Okay, they're thinking about their career after fighting, okay? Like they're thinking about their career after fighting. So whether or not she still has designs on being the champion and continuing to grind and come back and fight and do this over and over, her mind is thinking about after fighting. And if you don't understand why that's notable, then you don't understand athletics or sports in general, okay? Like I think that this news is indicative of whether or not we're going to see a vibrant comeback from Amanda Nunes and you get the old Amanda that was just like ready to kill and unbeatable. I don't think that's very likely, to be honest with you. I really don't, because first of all, I mean, aside from the fact that she has a formula that's worked forever, which is training at American Top Team, and apparently she's leaving that. Now, it's possible she's bringing some of her coaches with her, right? Like American Top Team is a big machine. It's a huge machine. And so from a business perspective, think about it if you're like you're just a trainer that works at American Top Team. I would imagine your ceiling is probably pretty low in comparison to how you would view your value if you got in somewhere early, right? Like American Top Team is enormous. Now, if you got in on the ground level of something that ended up becoming really big, your ceiling gets a lot higher. And so it's possible that Amanda is bringing some people with her. I have no idea if that's true. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that she would necessarily have a super hard time recruiting people to support her gym. But the only reason that's even really notable about her career is if she's not bringing her coaches with her, you're going to be hard pressed to convince me that she's going to come back and be a dominant version of herself, just because, I mean, like the whole thing about this Juliana Pena fight was they said she wasn't training hard, right? Like she wasn't training hard. And that seems to have been the case when you saw her fight. And so now that she's on her own, she's her own boss, she's going to train harder. That seems extraordinarily unlikely, right? She's got money. She's got a kid. She's with her wife. They're chilling, dude. They're living the good life. That grind, that motivation to just go in and grind and grind and grind and kill doesn't seem to be there, right? And it would be hard for it to be there. Do you know how much you have to love to fight to still grind when your life is hers? That's why Floyd Mayweather, people like that, it's so impressive. He's got all the money, but he loves it. And he worked his ass off forever. So, it'll be really interesting to see how it shakes out. But I mean, if she's starting her own gym, that's her thinking about her career after fighting. That's what that is. She's got money. She's like, what am I going to invest my money in? What's my expertise in? I would love to train at Amanda's gym. You know what I mean? So I think she'll do really well in terms of, I mean, wouldn't you want to get wouldn't you want to go train with fucking Amanda Nunes if she was in the area? But yeah, I don't really have a lot to add to that, really. It's just interesting to think about whether or not this was part of her plan before she fought Juliana Pena or after. I actually saw that. I saw that pop up on my screen right over here that Chael just posted that. That is an interesting question. Like, was she planning on leaving American Top Team before she fought Juliana Pena, or is this something that happened after? Now, if she's opening her own gym, you got to figure that was in the works. And that's also probably one of the main reasons why she wasn't training as hard as she, should have, because she was focused on this other thing. But anyway, that's what I got for today. Subscribe and ring the bell. Love you guys.